Guys, I needed to take some break, so I just taken some break. Now the chapter 7. Now the story of Naruto neglected. Naruto wake up on the ground outside, sleeping out here again, Naruto thought to himself. After being forced out of the house for 3 nights, Naruto spent most of the night outside, having been training until he dropped. A grin that overtook Naruto's face. He remembered the event of yesterday. He couldn't even chuckle to remember his corny sense and his teammate. I can tell that Hinata doesn't like me, thought. Naruto thought as he pulled himself back to the academy to meet up with his team. Hello, Genins, might guy yelled. As he entered the room immediately, Lee stood tall like yesterday. As Guy entered the room, he followed by his eternal rival Kakashi Hakate. Let Lee seemed to somehow stand straight. Guy Sensei, Kakashi Sensei, Lee yelled. Kakashi seemed to chuckle at the sight of embarrassment. Easy there, Guy Jr., Kakashi said. Lee's eyes seemed to sparkle after being referred to Guy Jr. Well, Team 10, I would like you to meet my friend and eternal rival, Kakashi Hakate. Guy stated that Kakashi made a peace sign. Of course, you only introduced me to the Hyuga over here. I've met both Lee and Naruto before. To look up at no recollection or event of the strange man before him. We haven't met, Naruto pointed out as he got up to see if he recognized him. Oh, maybe it has been too long for you. But surely your father would have told me that the stories about his students, right? Kakashi asked the boy who looked like likeness of his master. Naruto shook his head. My daughter never tells me any stories anyway. You must have been at Kara's birthday, right? Of course, I would never miss the birthday of my sensei's child. Kakashi answered. Well, guess looking back, really haven't seen each other in a long time, Kakashi. Naruto firmly shook it before giving you boxing now. Kakashi then shook Hinata's. Anyway, before I say anyway, I was saying before we got sidetracked, it's time for our first mission. Genin Lee once again stood up the side as Kakashi lacking a squad. I asked him to help us on our first ever mission. What is the mission, Guy Sensei? Lee inquired with excitement. It's a direct mission. Deliver schools to the outside of the village. Kakashi had a disinterest. All the excitement for the mission, Naruto thought. Go to start somewhere, huh, Hinata? Got to start somewhere, huh, Hinata? Naruto said, giving him a grin that caused Hinata to bury her face in a hand. Her to turn away from him. Guess she really does hate me, Naruto thought. Kakashi almost chuckled at the altercation. Genin are so adorable, Kakashi mumbled. I promised Guy that I would help him in the first mission, but I don't know, it would be boring and a waste of my week. Team 9 made their way all into the roof, greeted with a small note. Training ground 9 was written on it. Sasuke groaned. What is the point of making us come over here? We go out here, just go over there. Yeah, Sakura just tried to giggle and together they finally found Itachi arrived at the training ground. 9. Itachi ordered the trio to fill the training-like area. They told them he would return shortly. Going to make us wait again, Itachi-sensei. What do you think he is doing, guys? Sakura turned and see the whole field being covered with thick fogs. Hello, Kirin called out a fog enveloped her surrounding, huh? Was Sasuke's response. The fog seemed to disappear, but each member could find one another. Hey, where did you go? Sakura yelled. Oh, your friends. It took them away, blooming voice before her heaven shocked Sakura. Give me that. Sakura managed to pull herself together. Oh, you do have confidence. Sakura found her bones. Of course, I'm a ninja. She stated, lifting a kunai. Just because I don't know where are you doesn't mean I cannot fight back. A ninja of love. The voice mocking. Sakura blushed slightly. You know I can let you have him. I could give you Sasuke if you gave up right now. He could be yours. Sakura hated to even pondered the offer for a second. No, she yelled, a ninja can love. It makes me stronger. I have something to protect, to fight for. Good, the voice said. Fog reappeared. I know someone's missing with me. Kana yelled before the fog before suddenly disappeared. Your teammate and sensei are dead. A deep voice shook Kara to her core. She tried to find the source. You lie. You liar, she whispered. Do I believe in your eye when you wish to protect Kara? When you wish to protect Kara growled. She readied her body into the fighting stand and glanced at her surroundings. Would you willing to put your life on the line for someone else? Kara noticed the voice came behind her. I would. Even your brother, Kara sighed. If you look at me in my action over my cost, my life, Kara make you think I would not. But before it came down to the situation where the weakling was like a dead in which I would feeling my body into the fray to save him. The voice was silent for me. Good. Good. Sorry. Sasuke reacted. No, nonsense. Sasuke reacted immediately. Its substitution disappeared. It was getting old. Itachi said empty disciple the genjutsu. Your test may work on them, but not me. Sasuke looked at his side, see his teammates standing up under the genjutsu. But I'm not Itachi. I'm not Itachi, Uchiha said. A man standing behind Sasuke. He wore a log hood face with flying coat. Only features Sasuke could see the shining gun glowing through a black abyss under his hood. It seems your brother has left you three alone. I will be honest. I did not apprentice one of his students to be his brother. I plan to leave this ground with 3 dead corpses, but I refuse to harm the young brother, so I will happily settle with 2, the man stated. The Sasuke pulled a kunai immediately got to a fighting. You wish to fight me, boy. Don't make me laugh. I was more than matched for your brother. Why haven't you killed me then? Let me kill them, I will let you go. The man, out of question. Just at that one, then the man pointed at Karen. I will not let you attack my commandee. Silence fell. Suddenly, man began to laugh slowly, morphing into the murder of crows, which fell into different action. A crow and Karin and Sakura snap out of the genjutsu. Sakura yelled, look around. Of course it was genjutsu, Karin said before looking at her teacher. You will all pass, Itachi. Well done, you all, especially you, Sasuke. It was good for you to disagree to the case the smallest chance. You're really being in front of you. I have full faith in your ability. As Genin Karin's Marcus Sasuke barely motioned as Sakura sighed in relief. Look at Sasuke. Oh, you're really brave, Sasuke, she said, causing the boy slightly blush. Look at away. Itachi smiled slightly through them. Everyone dismissed his team, then dismissed his team. Everybody be ready. Our first mission as Genin begins today. Lee screamed as Hinata jumps in jump and shock and Naruto slump over, like your enthusiasm. Lee and Lee, the fire of your youth shine brightly in you. The guy appeared again, to the surprise of Hinata, who jumped again. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, Sensei. Lee yelled at the both began to have loud conversation. I shit, loud talk. Naruto edged over Hinata. They are so loud, aren't they? I'm glad I have you as a teammate and not another loudmouth. Naruto grinned as Hinata. He's glad. Hinata turned bright red before slumped down into the ground. Hinata? Naruto asked in confused and concerned while Lee and Guy were too aggressive with their conversation. I should talk to notice. She really preferred to sleep than talk to me, huh? Naruto thought. An hour later, Kakashi slowly walked through the door to greet Team 10. Late as ever, eternal rival, Lee said as he walked over to Kakashi. Helping out a cat to get out of the tree, Kakashi said lazily, made his life excuse. As the three Genin walked with Kakashi and the guy out of the door, as the five arrived, the gate of Konoha, Guy stopped his Genin to do what he called pre-mission speech. Despite the rank, how mission low, we have to remain vigilant to stop every step of the mission. The mission way to deliver the scroll entrust to us. The mayor of the small town, the small 5-day journey. The journey may be tough, but we will succeed. Lee began to tear up at his idle speech, yelling something about power of youth. Okay, enough wasting time. We should go. Kakashi said as he walked through the gate, reading his favorite. You were the ones set us back. You know. Now Naruto walking behind Kakashi. I'll make that time back in instant. Kakashi waved off as the whole squad began to run forward, leaving Kakashi slowly walking, still reading. The sun began to set, and the team raided their tents. Four tents were spread for placed for Hinata, one for Guy, one for Kakashi, and one for Lee and Naruto. Naruto looked around as everyone entered their tents. Lee was noticeably absent. Naruto ignored him, went to his tent. Hours passed. Naruto's insomnia held back his sleeping. Thought of his time. Lee had not returned. Naruto finally got up and explored the surrounding area, searching for his teammate. Naruto found nothing until he entered a clearing, noticed the boy training, but a cluster of the wood, which Naruto assumed to have previously been trees. Naruto watched slightly at the Lee's training and was somehow reminded of himself. After a few minutes, Naruto walked toward Lee. Lee was oblivious to his presence until Naruto made it known with a comment. You should be in bed. Lee fondly shook his head and shaking the immense amount of sweat off. I need to train, Lee patted. We are going to be traveling tomorrow. You need your energy. If I don't, then I will stay behind everyone else, Lee said. Lee, still struggling to breathe in constant amount of air. Everyone is better than me. I am useless. A weakling. Naruto felt like he staring at a mirror. His reflection in front of Naruto was lucky, however, he was at least had a talent. At least he had a talent. Lee, on the other hand, had nothing. Not even the ability to learn ninjutsu. Naruto smiled at him. I know how you feel. How? He asked, slightly annoyed in his voice. You are the Hokage son. You had his love and training. All I ever had is Guy Sensei. It took a lot of Lee's strength not to cry, not tear of youth like usual, but tear of depression. After I sat down and tremble Lee had left as a result of his training. There is no need to start comparing best, but rest assured mine is not all sunshine and rainbows. Naruto said, I know it's like to be alone. No one will look at you for the day or end. Keep my keep my sadness behind and face like you do. Do you know do you know what helped me? Lishuki said, still looking around, training with someone else. I would like to train, but you're bushy brown for your sake and my your youthful tear made their way out. Lead us to look up with a real smile on his face before nodding. But for now, let's go back to the camp. Naruto got and walked back to the camp. Lee watched a few seconds before following. Oh, again crying. Fucking crying again. Again fucking crying. I know how it feels. Fucking crying again. The next chapter. The next day, Naruto began his first training session with Lee after another uneventful day of traveling. Naruto was struggling to keep up. After an hour, Lee's stamina seemed endless after he had done 50 push-up before 600 sit-ups, then run around at the camp 100 times and still training to go. Naruto understood why Lee has been so tired yesterday. Bushy brown, Naruto called out and took breaks to pant. Now Lee jumped up and down before stopping his run. Yes, my youthful friend. How long have you been training like this? Where you haven't been keeping going to stop yesterday if I didn't stop you? Naruto asked him. Noticed the sky, a yellow high soon for the sun descent. I've been training like this since I can remember. The only way I can keep up with everyone else is training until I drop. Sleeping. I'm overrating when is overrated when you are think useful like the interpreted as he continued his run with the camp. Naruto got up and started running after him. How about if I win, you will go to sleep like normal? Naruto said as he caught up with Lee. And if I win, will we go till we drop? Said Lee, speeding his way. Naruto did the same. Do you return a rival? Naruto said, causing Lee to smile, speed up even further. Hinata was silently watched from behind the trees and smiled. Lee and Naruto's rivalry only grew over the next 2 days, with Lee determined to beat Naruto after his 3 losses. The town was now only 1 day away. The boys had been made a compilation that the first in the town would be the victory. The boy who both got up at the earliest opportunity to run with full speed toward they were seemingly neck to neck with the whole journey. As they came into the sight of both speed up as they passed the entrance. The both did know the who was victorious. Awkwardly stood the silence for a second. Naruto wins. Kakashi said, making to jump. Lee looked at Naruto with even more determination. I will win next time, eternal rival proclaimed Lee as Naruto looked at Kakashi confused. How did you make it even before us? He asked as Guy and Hinata walked towards them. We heard your competition yesterday and we decided to make the final part of the journey in the night so we could get here first. Kakashi explained as Guy went over hugly. I'm so proud of you. Your youth shine brightly as night. Guy coughed to prevent himself from finishing his sentence. Your eternal rivalry will be legendary as mine, I'm sure. He was beginning to get glanced, causing Kakashi to pull him away. We still have a job to do. Kakashi, you want to pull pull out the scroll they had been touched. With a determination Naruto had stored the scroll with curiosity. কি না 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 লাগ চাইছে আচ্ছা দাঁড়া চার যাবো কিছু করার নেই Naruto was looking at the scroll with curiosity. And now, but said nothing. They slowly approached the head of the town home. They all heard a yell, Naruto! A man yelled in shock, but he stared at the boy with his mouth hanging open. Naruto was confused, his eye widened. Old man, he yelled, began to grin. I am not old, reported the man as he got close. I am the leader of the town, remember, still in my prime. You changed so much when I was here last time. There were only few houses, Naruto said, still smiling. Kakashi coughed to get their attention. Ah, I take it you are a ninja of Konos in the school, the leader of the village said, for more serious and business like before. He then turned to Naruto, his voice grew more friendly. How about you come with us and we will catch up? When was the last time you were here? 8? Naruto potted before pointing his head. But you're really getting old. I am the one of the ninja, you know, screamed Naruto. Does the man merely chuckled. Kakashi overlooked the Okay, talk. Fucking talk. As he recalled back at his meeting with Naruto, he recognized the man from when he was 8, but not me. He then again, I really don't remember much about him, but still I always attend Naruko and Kara's birthday every year, so I should have seen him, Kakashi thought. We really should be getting to our business, Kakashi said. The man becomes serious yet again. Naruto, you are free to come with us if you want to continue your pleasure. Naruto followed the two Jonin as the leaders. They entered the leader house, leaving Lee and Hinata to wander the town. This scroll will help you with my town proposal. I think that the Hokage, when we finally met, he was done with a great deal to us. My name is Tomura, and you, I am my guy, and this is my ear. Me and my partner on the mission, Kakashi Hakade. Guy explained while Kakashi further prodded the relationship between Tomura and Naruto. You could give message to Naruto to deliver it. Kakashi suggests as Naruto look awkward. When Naruto, you know the Hokage gasped. Tomura as Naruto averted his gaze. Of course he knows him. Naruto is the Hokage's son. Guy stated as Naruto still refused to look at them in eye. Naruto, is this true? Naruto slowly nodded. Tomura face handed and muttered, well, definitely we don't want to thank him now. Kakashi, having taken the note of situation, handed to Naruto the scroll. Naruto, you can look over the scroll for us outside. I would like to talk to more to Tomura-sama. Naruto nodded in a reply and quickly left, happy to escape the awkward situation. Now, can you tell us how you met Naruto and how you don't know that Hokage was his parents? And why do you want to know? Asked Tomura, his face hardened. And why did you send Naruto with the scroll? Guy looked at Kakashi. I could think of better excuse of get him out of here, Kakashi said, guiltily sketching back of his head. His head back. Tomura chuckled. Thank you, he said, smiling slightly, shocking Kakashi and Guy and Kakashi. I don't like to showing my serious side. What's your connection with Naruto, Kakashi asked. The guy stood by Kakashi's side. sighed quietly due to his curiosity. Tomura sided before continuing his story. I first met Naruto when he was 4 years old. He looked like he had been through hell back, which he must have gone through because he told me he walked all the way from Konoha. Kakashi guessed Naruto walked all the way Konoha here 4 years old. It must have taken him over a week, a guy thought. He must have surviving upstream and mushroom. He found we look at him after we clean him up a bit. He was like a ray of sunshine. When he was lucky because as soon as we stumbled across him, a storm hit us. We were stuck inside a few days. Naruto would definitely died. But why did he leave the village? Guy asked, finally speaking. He told me that he left to prove that someone would come after him, which of course they didn't. Well, after he told me that he had parents, I couldn't just steal him, so I took him back to Konoha, Tomura explained. But that wasn't last time I saw him. Naruto walking outside, unrolled the scroll. It read it carefully. Naruto knew the scrolls like from the outside. He had always been forbidden to having his own, so it was considered training. Minato barred Naruto's entry into the Namikaze library at the age of 3, and Karan would rather die than let Naruto one of her. This was despite the fact that Naruto knew very well that Karin left her scroll in the corner of her huge room, collecting dust, never read them. The scroll had been out of about shadow clone technique. No one thought to by Itachi. Itachi preferred submit fucking words. Substitution jutsu, yes. Fucking words. Substitution jutsu has better escape and ununity tool than clone. Instead thought Naruto and Naruto read a word on the scroll that practiced jutsu over and over time. It failed. Naruto couldn't feel himself getting close. However, this kept him reading. Naruto arrived at the village last once a year until he was 8. Every time he would arrive in tears, but would never change back into an optimistic ball of happiness. Before deciding head back, I always tried to ask him about his life back home, but he wouldn't tell me. That was apart from the last time we spoke. It was late in the night when I heard crying from his spare bedroom. I came over to see Naruto crying himself to sleep. The poor 8-year-old boy, unable to stop crying. After I comforted him, he told me a lot more. He told me that he cried every night. He always wanted someone to come to help him. He said he was useless and annoyance, a weakling. He wanted to train, but he wasn't allowed. Fucking, I'm crying. I'm crying. Too much crying really. This to the problem. Oh shit. Sorry guys, I just cried for a second there. But he wasn't allowed to train. He wasn't allowed to talk. He wasn't allowed to own things. There was something he told me, a certain memories that make me so mad. Tomura gritting his teeth. This poor boy, and it was the Hokage. Tomura was stopped as he regained himself composed. I think you can tell I'm not a hugging type, but I had to just to make him feel better. He told me I was the second person ever to hug him. That was the last time I saw him. The silence was left after the story was interrupted by sound of Naruto continued to failure with Shadow Clone Jutsu. Suddenly, the three heard Naruto yell, "Damn it, why can't I do this?" Even everyone laughed. "I'm sorry for boring you, and once again I thank you for the scroll. It proves useful to increasing manpower throughout the town," Tomura said, and shocked Guy and Kakashi and you two Jonin left the room and saw Naruto practicing hard enough this time. "Give the scroll," Kakashi said tiredly as Naruto sadly returned the scroll back to normal state. Walked back to Tomura to give it back. "Here you go, old man," grinned Naruto. Tomura couldn't help but smile back. As the Jonin and Naruto were able to leave, Tomura spotted them. "As a token of gratitude, how about your Scott stay in my household for a night before you heading back to Konoha?" Kakashi looked at each other before surging, and Naruto ran back to Tomo's smiling signature. "Just like before, old man. I'm not old." As the moon showed over the team 10 settled down in their beds, all except for Naruto, who had been called down by Tomura. "Why do you want to talk to me about, old man?" asked Naruto. Tomura was looking at Naruto saying, "Why didn't you tell me about your father? It may become more awkward and muttering if you reply trying to leave." Tomura pulled him back down. Naruto, I don't want to think badly of Toho-san," Naruto said. "I am still not looking to him. He is the greatest in the world and I love him. That's why I never came back." "That's why you never came back," Tomura said. "The night you were 8, I insulted your family, said they don't deserve. I cannot allow the families I love so much but insulted," Naruto said like he was recording. "It's true. It was tough, Hokage or not. They should treat the child like you told me about some of your memory. I doubt they would have changed." "Tell me about this, Naruto. Was the last time your parents spoke to you?" "Stop it. When was the last time they complicated you?" "Stop, please. The last time they said they loved you, never." "What?" Naruto grew even slightly pale after realizing he said. Tomoe repeated and said nothing. Naruto muttered, returning to bed. "Oh my god, I'm crying still." Returning to his bed, Tomura did not stop him this time. "Look, Naruto, I'm sorry. I shouldn't ask this question, but I just care. I won't allow the family I love so much. Thank you for letting us stay, Tomura-sama. Tomorrow we'll be leaving at the earliest notice." Naruto left, go upstairs. Tomura noticed to use his name instead of his nickname. Began to feel horrible. Feel hollow, just like when he was 8. Oh man, this story is awesome. As Naruto stayed at the group early for the journey back to Konoha. As soon as they had already traveling for 2 days, the journey back was much quicker. Naruto and Lee back with training, Naruto being a lot quieter. The dawn of the third day crossed the group quickly on the move as though Lee placed towards a thick forest mask figure. Distant gazed toward the day. He was so far at the distance there was no way for him to see them. He chuckled slightly, began slow stepping head their direction, tipped him walking silence never through the forest. A slightly breeze few past Naruto. Few past them. For some reason, Naruto felt like someone was watching him. Hinata felt the same thing, couldn't help but still sighed against it out in test of hope that he would comfort her. The team stopped as they encountered river. Thus, as the sky began to dark, the team decided to set the camp. Suddenly, two Jonin stood bolt upward. They instantly on guard. You three behind us now, the guy ordered. The three ran toward them. Show yourself, Kakashi once again. Genin was projected by a sinister laugh. Could heard the masked man emerge from the hiding space. In the tree above them, the mask had no design or insignia, but was instead completely red and sinister red. I knew I made a mistake stepping on the branch. The man cursed himself. His voice sounded skinny and evilly. It made their away on their back of the ninja's neck. Stand up there. There goes getting all night. I guess this must be blood, shouted Kakashi. I narrowed. Tell us what you want, Kakashi growled. The man jumped onto the ground. I keep shut and throwing his marks onto the eye. I can clean the blood with that later. He commanded, his eyes still shut. Tell us what you want, yelled Guy, simply grinning before opening. Replacement. His Byakugan revealed themselves. He launched Guy and Kakashi with a strong flame. Kakashi's stomach pushed him into the tree. Guy stopped the man. He struck his own fist and tried to push him. The man back in the wedge. Hinata, stay back. He is after you. Guy yelled. After me? Hinata screamed as Naruto stood in front of him. Hinata pulled out his kunai. He'll get over my dead body, girl. Naruto. Kakashi got up from the tree and attempted to get back to the group of Genin. The man intercepted him and Kakashi barely dodged intercepted him. He's fast, Kakashi thought, revealing his Sharingan. The man assessed the battlefield, resigned the position. Was not optimistic. He was still standing with Kakashi behind him, Guy is in front of him, and an objective behind a guy. The tree surrounded the other direction. Tell me who you are, demanded Kakashi. The man chuckled. I take it you don't think I'm a Hyuga. The man was short for his age and had an evil face. His hair was as red as his mask and reminded Naruto of his mother. Hinata knew at once the man was no relative of her. My name's Kei Uzumaki Kei. My name is Kei Uzumaki Kei. I need of a new Byakugan, the man stated. Next one. Hinata gasped. She heard Neji talk of Kei, the so-called Byakugan hunter, and sworn enemy of Hyuga clan. She has always hated when he was talked about and made her scared of her tears. Hearing about his brutal actions, she grew to think of me as a myth, but now her worst fear was back right in front of her. I have many names, thought. Kei, the Rock King, the Predator, the Byakugan Hunter, bragged Kei as he listened his name. Naruto stood defensive in front of Hinata, who cowed behind him. Memories of his story came in mind. Despite my many titles, I do not hate the Hyuga clan. Contrary popular beef. Then he smiled perversely. in the fact I love them. They give me strength. We will not let you harm our teammate even if it came down to us having you put down. Guy said threateningly. K. Mayer laughed. You can try, he said before disappearing, and he reappearing in front of Guy attempt to hit his chakra point in the stomach, but it was blocked. Kakashi ran up behind him, tried to attack, only to be countered with K having a look at kissing his teeth. Damn Byakugan. His stereo vision and Master Taijutsu, even the transplant, they're forced to be reckoned with. Kakashi then brought to his attention to his grin. Get out of here, make sure nothing happened to Hinata. He ordered Cousin K to look at the direction. Hinata? K person making word sure he was right. We can't have anything to her. That would be shame, he asked. Sarcastically ran toward them. K was already on top of them. Leo and Hinata turned to run about to stab Lee with a kunai until Naruto reacted on own kunai. Look at K. He struggled to keep K's back. You will not hurt Hinata, Naruto said. He used his full force to push K kunai back, sending K back to backstep. You got a heart, kid. Reminding of me. He chuckled as Kakashi almost intended to attack him. K caught Kakashi's hand and was about to hit him with a gentle fist until Guy attack force let go of Kakashi and dodged it. Now to use his deduction to catch up to his teammate. Guy continued his fight with Kakashi, who constantly blocked his attempt to go after the gainings. I'm growing tired of this struggle, K stated as pushed Kakashi against the tree. Kakashi recovered from the push, landed forcefully. You two gave up. Spending the brat and ahead won't change anything when I'm eventually done with you. I'll just go after them and get my prize. You act like you can play a waiting game, he said, Guy extremely. But as you are not a Hyuga, those are ticking time bomb. I have you know that I am more worthy of these eyes than any Hyuga, said Kim calmly. As his fucking talk has equal sinister pleasure had been replaced with a quiet rage. Guy and Kakashi stood ready for K next. K stood there front with each other. Do you know how I got my first pair of this beautiful eyes? Kakashi and Guy did not respond. The part of sinister slight tension their weapon. Kakashi was ready to use his Sharingan at any time, but it would rather let K waste his time than luck fighting early. My first family could be considered the Hyuga clan. You see, my parents were being alive, ignored me, isolated me, neglected me, all because my sister showed me more potential. A male Uzumaki is considered useless by many, a useless that may call me when they would talk about me. Then that is, we are going to fight, interrupted Guy. Impatient Kakashi responded, Guy, the Byakugan is more useful when continued reckless attack. As I have found out, another reason I was more worth to Byakugan. The first person I would call a friend, my friend, training partner, Izuku Hyuga. I was taken by the clan by witness my incredible talent, but even they looked down on me without their Kekigen Guy. I was weakling to them, useless. Now look at me, fear through the land. It did almost hurt me, tearing out Izuku's eye, but all felt better when I saw how look at me. I wasn't a useless anymore. I wasn't a weakling anymore. That was the thing. I think my mother and father, sister fought. I massacred them. Casey steady pleasure appeared and he finished his speech. He giggled slightly. So that's why you keep on replacing I to prove your strength. asked Kakashi with Kei giggle again. I will never be a weakling again. Uh, this world will know my name and fear it. Kei Uzumaki. You disgust me, guy said. Silence ordered three. Kai still on glared at Kakashi was still watching. Guy with his Byakugan granted 360-degree vision. Suddenly, Guy slightly smirked. Now, Kakashi. Guy came and threw a pebble at Kei, who was forced to hit it anyway, he causing him to head to Kakashi from a split second. This time Kakashi pulled his forward, revealing his Sharingan, managed to land a hit on Kei's side, sending him to the stagger backward a few steps. Guy followed Kakashi to his vicious punch and sight as lightning blade. Kai's eye widened and suddenly harsh forward appeared on his face. Kakashi's hand was mentally away from Kei's stomach. No! Screamed Kei as he speared around him, knocking him and Guy back. Kakashi's arms seemed spreading faster than I could register. Kakashi's Sharingan only kept on. Kei's Byakugan had sight red hue from his fountains visible. This won't work again, he said. Suddenly he disappeared, leaving Kakashi and Guy still on the ground. Both of them got quickly. He hit us too far away from him. Guy stared, causing after him. His eyes are getting stronger, Kakashi asked more to himself as he recalled the event had taken place. No, he can just speak quick to adopt. We are wrong. We are trying to wait. We just gave him a time to assess the situation. We got lucky with the pebble. Less of we got lucky again. For Hinata's sake, I said, teach. I thought this would be easy mission. Naturally, Hinata followed the rebel until they encountered Clear Lake rivals. Naruto gestured another return back to the woods, so their car would be hidden. They began to follow him until a kunai was thrown at him. They tried to dodge, but Hinata sight through the ledge. Kei followed up by the kunai trying to pick up Hinata. He was shocked when Naruto matched his speed. He pulled Hinata out of the way. Bushi Brown helped her. Naruto orderly quickly places Hinata onto his back. Hinata thought she tried to ignore the pain in her leg. Keep that kunai in or she will bleed to death. Naruto once again ordered as he kept eye contact with Kei. I am going to hold him off until Kakashi-sensei and Guy make it. No, Hinata screamed before spreading out blood. She tried to get off Lee back, but the pain is too much. Bushy Brown, Naruto said, Stanley, looking away from Kei, who still made a look at him playfully. Yes, he said, he turning around and running into the forest. No, Naruto-kun, don't. Hinata slowly forced to unconsciousness as she was carried on by Lee's back. You really think you can hold me back, brat? Kei asked playfully in a patrolling manner. I don't care what name you call yourself. I know you can be beaten like anyone else. Naruto responded, tidying his grip on his corner. You're similar, you and I don't know, but I can tell. Naruto tried to ignore him. You are an Uzumaki too. Kai almost gasped, but he put the pieces together. He noticed Naruto's reaction and smiled. We are the same, Naruto laughed. I would never be like you, Naruto chuckled. I don't care if we even close to related me. I will kill you even if you try to lay finger on my friends. I know you're telling you shouldn't announce your plan in front of your enemy. Come at me then. Naruto responds, Kei smiled. You're like me. Kei lunged at Naruto, who only barely dodged. Kei responded, tried to hit Naruto with a gentle fist, but surprisingly Naruto dodged. Naruto tried to hit Kei with kunai, but missing his hair. Kei was surprised with Naruto's reaction time. He dodged his hit punches few times, non-connected as Kei and Naruto expert dodges each other attack. After a few rounds, Kei noticed Naruto's attack pattern continued to uppercutting his chin. He was undefeated. Naruto was sent flying back, landed on once again and ran up again. Get over here, get here soon, Kakashi-sensei, Guy-sensei, he thought with fear. Kakashi and Guy finally arrived, clearing immediately saw a noticeable bruise. Naruto, they all arrived just in time. Naruto was knocked back at the tree. Kai was already followed upon by his attack but was intercepted by Guy, letting Naruto lie against the tree away in front of the fight. It was cowardly for you to run, commented Guy as Kakashi landed behind him. Kakashi turned to Naruto. Where are the others? Naruto only weakly muttered the direction. Kakashi, I wasn't. You held him off? Kai rolled his eye. Your attention should be on me, he stated as Kakashi turned around. Naruto, you stay there and don't try to interrupt. Naruto nodded for a moment and silence took over, as the only sound heard was the big silent breeze that patrolling clear. Let's dance. Kei grinned as instantly two Jonin were directly in front of Kai, giving Kei a small chance to dodge response with encounter. As expected, thought Kakashi and Guy sidestepped their punch. Kai struggled against their collective might as Palmer holding Kakashi's hand behind the holding Guy's hand for Kakashi landed on the leg behind him. Guy recovered and already began his next attack. As Kakashi made his way back to the fight, he saw Kei adopt to the Guy fighting style and skillfully dodge an uppercut. Guy left open which Kai hit him perfectly. The guy sent him flying, unable to move. Kakashi then turned to Tio beyond correction the Kai to teach his division. He should be fighting, Kai said. He still didn't turn to look at Kakashi. We both thieves. We should be working together. Kakashi narrowed his move to Kai. I'm not a thief. There is no need to be guilty, Kakashi asked the copy ninja. You need to accept that you are more deserving than I than the previous owner. Kakashi, I breathe again, overcome more action. I doubt the person that I once belonged would have been here as well, as you are the only one complete to your talent. He is probably nothing. Kakashi Fisher, say one more word. Kakashi is threatened as his red Sharingan eye merely thrilling as Kakashi glinting his blade fear. Fear began to overtake him, fire surrounding him, devil being appeared. Kai stood there, hulking beast made his way toward him. Frozen fear, Kakashi once again raised his lightning blade, aimed for Kai, just started running toward him. Just as Kakashi was able to impale him, Kai broke free from the genjutsu and hit Kakashi slightly in the stomach, sending him flying backward. Kei approached Kakashi's lying body, approached. Even so, you still cannot defeat the recon. You cannot defeat the recon, Kai said. He got ready to finish Kakashi off. Suddenly thought, Kai uppercutted. Now Kakashi uppercutted Kai, amplifying the punch with his chakra. Kai was sent flying 50% into the air as Kakashi fell back on the ground. The ground almost completed. Exhausted, Kei chuckled, so he would easily survive the fall. It is over, he stated, staring at the collapsed Kakashi. No, it cannot be end like this. No, after no. Obito, Rin, give me stand, Kakashi thought. He pulled himself back to stand. Suddenly out concerned his eyes saw Naruto standing up at the tree. Take this, Naruto suddenly yelled as hurled shuriken at Kei. Kei easily dodged it and chuckled. What did I say about yelling about a plan to the enemy? He laughed as his smile slightly faded when he saw Naruto still grinning. Kei then felt a presence behind a shuriken transform into Naruto. He held a full Master Rasengan. It's over, Naruto yelled, hit Kei. Full force direct hit sent him in the ground, hitting the rock as he impaled Kakashi's mouth open. He saw the corpse of Kei in front of him. Naruto's shadow clone on the ground and disappeared in a poof, and Naruto landed gracefully in front of his sensei. Naruto then turned and walked over to Kei's body. His head was cracked and blood was spurting. I told you I would kill you, Naruto said, quietly walking away. Kakashi's head was spinning. Now to defeat the Byakugan hunter with the Rasengan, a master Rasengan. I guess his version was getting blurry. He couldn't tell the Shuriken's chakra path from the clone. This was insanely clever. Kakashi thought he knew that Kirin could almost do the Rasengan, but Naruto was pronounced to be his father. You defeated him, Kakashi said with disbelief, stating his voice. Naruto ignored him. Tended guy who was only regaining consciousness. You used the Rasengan, Kakashi said quietly. Naruto might look over to saw bloody Kei. Smiled at his command. Kakashi, sorry I was not done. I should have waited for you, but I had faith in you. But betray the power of your youth, the guy rival. Of his stunned rival who embraced him in a hug. Naruto merely began to walk quietly into the wood. We need to get Hinata and Ubushi bound, Naruto said quietly. The guy nodded and caught up with Naruto. Yes, we will get them. Kakashi sealed the man's body into the skull. We will meet up here, guy ordered. Kakashi was still too stunned to respond to the managed to nod as a reply as Guy Naruto disappeared into the forest. Naruto, how strong you are. How are you so strong? Kakashi muttered to himself as he finally broke from the trance. Walk over to seal Kai. Hey, motherfucker. What I say? Hinata and Lee. Now let's get on with Hinata. Lee said by the stream. Hinata had regained consciousness, and Lee was helping her, tending her wounds. If only if anyone knew healing jutsu, Lee said to himself as he clenches a ring in a stream. Thank you, Lee-kun. I hope Naruto-kun is alright, said. Please be alright, she thought. I hold him off. The screen played in Hinata's mind. She was powerless to stop him. She hated that feeling. I will never be like this again, she declared out loud. Lee looked at her confused. Huh? Hinata covered her mouth, regained his voice, took his hand and yelled at once again. I promise I won't be powerless like this again. I'll train to become stronger. Hinata barely stood up before falling down. Yeah. And this team, with the willpower of youth on our side, we will become strong. Suddenly they both heard a distant snapping. They became tense. Sorry, too loud. What was that, Bushy Brown? And Hinata before. Hinata had Naruto's body distance, had her become light, and Naruto when he survived. Naruto and Guy shortly meet up with the two and explained that Kei had been defeated. Hinata stared at Naruto, saw his bruise. Naruto, can you alright? Asked Hinata shyly, and Naruto grinned at her. I'm fine. I hope you're alright too. She can't walk, but we can carry her in the way without risking her bleeding out. Lee explained. Naruto and Guy really, but how did you defeat him? I take it was Guy Sensei. Guy Sensei shook his head. I may be youthful, Lee, but I was knocked out, and I guess it was Kakashi who finished the job. My eternal rival wins again, Guy screamed out before hardly laughing. Now did not respond anyway. We should get back to Kakashi. Lee bring Hinata to on his back. Now to approach him. Hey Bushy Brown, you must be tired for carrying Hinata. If you want, I can carry her on my back. Naruto says anything green on his face. Thank you, my turn. I may be youthful, but it would be appreciated if you would. What do you think, Hinata? Red again thought being carried by, hey Hinata, my prince, why don't I carry you back? My dream vision of Naruto stared Hinata's mind full on going on, hanging out, leaving both of them. I guess she would prefer to stay with you, Naruto said, turn away, guys, and said, alright, fellow Wata-chan, Tim-chan. Naruto stared outside, overlooking the lake. The lake reflected the moonlight and the lift up the sky, revealing true beauty. Naruto saw stars and concentrated in the reflection of the lake and silent away the marveled its glory. As he watched Naruto reach the event in the past day and his talk with Kei. His silent competitor was impressed by Kakashi, who exited his tent and sat down next to Naruto. Did not turn, instead focused on the night. Weren't you the only one who told Lee that to sleep is necessary? Kakashi joked as Naruto just still stared in the sky. It is so beautiful, replied Naruto in a deep voice before Kakashi stared at the lake, agreeing with the boy. You are nothing like him. You are. You know, Naruto sniffed. How did you? It seems like you were thinking about your similarities, and seems he enjoy messing with people's head. He certainly messed with mine. Naruto's body seemed to be calmed down. The family left him. They didn't care for him. They did not like yours. Kakashi stated as Naruto still stared on. You have Minato Sensei, Kushina Sensei, Karin, Naruko, Jora, and many people who loved you. Yeah, Naruto was only reply. I mean, Minato Sensei taught you how to use the Rasengan, right? I must say it was very impressed by the considering Karin hasn't mastered yet. Is she better than me? She is better than me. Naruto finished as he coughed. Kakashi didn't respond. The silence grew until Kakashi realized Naruto never answered questions. So Minato taught you the Rasengan. Kakashi compared. Naruto shook his head. What? Kakashi taught. I am not allowed to be trained by Tosen. Naruto said unemotionally. He need to focus on Karin. Kakashi was shocked. I am sure there was a reason for this. He recollection more to himself. But then, how did you learn the Rasengan? I hid and watched Karin train and then practiced. Then I was met by Itachi Sensei. He taught me how to get better. Naruto's eyes seemed light up before quickly fading away until he started ignoring me like Sasuke, like all of them. Kakashi was now staring at Naruto. What does he mean, like all of them? I'm crying, fucking shit. I'm crying, fucking shit. Fuck you, I'm crying, fuck you, fuck you. I'm crying about something else. What does he mean? Like all of them. Why doesn't Minato Sensei not teach him? Thought Kakashi. Naruto unemotionally stared into the lake. I said too much. I really am annoyed. Naruto chuckled to himself and forced his eye away from the lake. Began to walk back to his tent. Naruto, wait. You are not ignored. I mean, look at your team. You have family with us, and we will never ignore you. Naruto smiled slightly. Thank you, Kakashi Sensei. At least I won't have to go back to the training alone. Naruto muttered quietly as he entered the tent. Kakashi then returned to his tent, quickly forgot his thought of Naruto as he fell asleep. Next day, Team 10 finally get back to Konoha at the gate, Lee and Hinata on his back. The ahead to the hospital is Naruto and his sensei Saidin Might Guy handed over the scroll containing the corpses of Kei Uzumaki as they were about him. Naruto had a voice. How come you got to go on a mission before me, whined Kei. He saw her brother. The rest of her team, including her sensei, were present there and avoiding eye contact. Oh, hey, Kirin. Naruto grinned as causing his sister to gimmick. How come you got all those at a D-rank mission? You really are useless. Well, some stuff happened and that was a recurring question. Geez, you are annoying, Skyrim said in an annoying voice. I'm not annoying or useless, right, Itachi-sensei? Naruto looked at Itachi-sensei, who seemed not even notice Naruto. Karin, we did not wave. Karin, we need to go. Itachi-sensei ignored Naruto completely. Naruto smiled, slightly fazed. Well, bye, weakling. Unlike you, I have important things to do. Karin said, returning, jumping away her for team following her. Hey, Sasuke. I think Sasuke ignored him and followed Karin Naruto's side before he kept a smile on his face. Naruto's guy did not react to the situation in front of them. Instead, they made their way into the village with Naruto slowly following them. The next hour, Naruto once again training with Lee. Training for Lee with the Hinata and the guy sensei watches, keeping the running push-ups and up. Guys, this is the end of the video. Guys, have a nice day. Goodbye.